last year.
Right.
We was at the Book Expo with Michael Bazin.
Right.
And me and the brother was in the auditorium, we was on stage, and we had a vision. We said that, God willing, in the next year, we'll be speaking to masses. We'll have our book out, and we'll be constantly pumping the message of keeping family together, establishing your rightful place with God, and becoming the real man that you're supposed to be. We was sitting on stage talking about it.
Right.
And a year later,
yeah,
the vision is
what a difference a year makes, right?
Yes.
Yeah, just having the focus though, man. We had the vision, we had the focus, and now we here.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I want to get straight into the qualities of a man.
A real man.
A real man. What does a real man look like? This is his book, and it has been doing numbers. I read it actually maybe 2 weeks after he gave it to me. I completed it. But this is not a book that you can read like that and be like, okay, right, I'm done. This is really a resource guide.
Study guide.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I, as you can see, my paper's in there, me taking notes. I picked out some things that I wanted you to discuss with the viewers tonight.
All right.
One of the things I wanted you to elaborate on was, what is a real man?
A real man, let me just say this, a real man is not what most of us think. When we think of a manhood, we think of, a man who got money, a man who may look good. A lot of times we think about things that are external, and a lot of us have fallen victim to the external.
That's right.
A real man, it has to be everything centered upon his heart. In order to be a real man, I know, this is not what I believe, this is what I know, because I've been on both sides of things.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've been on the side where when I wasn't a real man, I thought I was. I was a drug dealer. I was a womanizer. I was on the road with rappers and stuff like that. So, that was one aspect of my life. But when I really understood what real manhood was or is, it has to be God-centered. And the reason why a real man must be God-centered is because if you can't submit to the invisible God, you would never be able to submit to the visible woman. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah, because you see, and now when I say that, it's because a lot of times as a man, we see a woman and we'll fall in love with the curves, that body banging, the face and everything. And that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But you can't fall in love with that first, because the Bible tells us that beauty is going to fly away one day. It's going to leave. So what happens when the beauty is gone? Do you trade her in for something else that's cute? So we must fall in love first with not the surface, but what's underneath the surface, which is a woman's heart.
Okay.
You see, so it's a heart thing, the position of your heart. So in order to be a real man, you must be God-centered, because he is the one who would teach you how to truly love, how to truly respect and submit to the relationship.
That's right. That's good. Because the next question was, who defines or what defines a real man? And I think you.
Well, absolutely, it's God, because He shows us that the Bible says that we must love our wives, for example, as Christ loves the church. All right. So what did Christ do for the church? He died.
Okay.
So in order for us to have a successful relationship, then I must die. That means that I can't force my way on my wife. Okay. I can't try to change her. Even though she may act crazy at times, even though she may say something I don't like or do something I don't like, my job is to love her through it. And as I love her through it, perfect love will remove anything that's imperfect.
Okay, but how do you know that the woman that you choose is the right woman for you? If you are the good man, you got the qualities, everything that you're supposed to have, you connected with God, how can you define from that perspective a good woman?
Well, you know what, the thing about this is, and this is amazing, for me, where I'm at now in my life, and I've been here for quite some time, everything for me is centered around him. So I allow him to choose for me. Okay. You see, I'm not the one who does the choosing. I go to him and say, what do you, is this for me? Is this your will? Because a lot of times we step out of his will and we do things our way, mess it up. So what I did was I went to him and say, is this the one for me? And the answer was definitely yes.
In prayer?
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
Okay.
I've been with this girl for 15 years, man.
Oh, wow.
And
Yeah.
this is our 8th year, man. So, and we're doing better today than we did ever.
That's good.
You know, so yeah, I mean, you know, I submitted my prayer to him. He said, she's the one. And I'm glad he picked her because she's off the hook.
Oh, yeah, good. Yeah, I do know your wife, and yes. Okay, along in the book, what I've read, picked up, it was so much. It was so much to actually pull from the book. But I pulled out 5 significant things to me that I wanted you to explain. I understood it when I read it, but to have you here personally, face to face, I really want to know these things. And I'm sure that the audience may want to know these things too. Because the sad thing is, too many boys are masquerading as men. Sure. And the women, a lot of women are not challenging that.
Right.
What they're doing, they're allowing him to be who he is, without having, not all women, some, without having standards, without having requirements. And sometimes when a man come and you don't have any requirements, you settle for what he say do, or this is how a relationship is supposed to be, or this is what love is. Some women can't define love outside of having good sex. So this is a very important